Thank you. And you don't need to mute yourself the whole time. Like you can just unmute and talk. And even if there's background noises, like we're okay with it. Okay, let's wait for like 3 more minutes. Yes. I can't log into my WeChat because my phone is on a Wi-Fi block.
Okay.
So yeah, I was like, oh, Menthy called me. I was like, oh, isn't it tonight? It's actually this morning. Gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, it's okay.
Sometimes it's tricky.
It's around all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, like my brain wasn't working. Oh my god. Oh, Nancy, have you read the article?
Yes, I have.
Oh my god, diligent student here. Gosh.
Mhm.
Wait, let me find my liner.
I think that we should probably wait for about a minute or so.
Yeah. Like till
I think
9:40.
Yeah.
Oh, Jennia, you forgot to change your name.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Wait.
Oh, could you also drop send the PDF to me through email because I can't open WeChat right now.
Okay.
Or who else has PDF? Send me through Discord.
I'm on it. Just a minute.
Okay.
Ooh,
Thank you.
okay. It's all right.
God.
Okay, send it.
Thank you.
Welcome. I guess that maybe we can get started somehow.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Should we start with a brief introduction or get straight into icebreaker? Okay, brief introduction. Hi, I'm Ruby. Actually, I changed my name to AK, so call me AK right now. I always forgot about that.
Okay.
I'm AK. I am a senior. I'm almost a high school graduate, 2 months away. And I plan to take a gap year before I go to college. And right now I'm like planning all the details about my gap year. And welcome aboard.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess I'll follow you. Like, okay, my name is Jennia and I'm also a senior. So I guess that I will be going to college this September and I'm heading towards the UK. So, and also I'm actually trying to change my accent from American to British, but somehow it doesn't work out. So I guess I'll stay in line with you guys right now. And yeah, that's cool.
Cool. I can go next. Hi, my name is Menthy and I go to school in New Jersey. I'm also a senior and I think I'm gonna go to California for college and I'm gonna study computer science in college. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jimmy. First of all, I apologize. My voice sounds a little shabby. I've been sick for the past couple of days, and I'm the only male and junior here. I'm studying Westtown School, Pennsylvania, and I like to do digital studio art and also computer science. But I'll probably study the art in college.
Okay, great. Nancy, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Hello, I am Nancy, and I am an 8th grader. I am pleased to learn with you, and I am looking forward to receive some knowledge from you. Thank you.
Same. Look forward to receive some knowledge from you. Okay.
By the way, Nancy, I really like your pronunciation. It's really fantastic. Are you comfortable with opening your camera, Nancy? Like, it will probably go better if you're face to face. Yeah. I think we could just do this like a group chat between friends. So take it easy, and we're just gonna like talk about random stuff, and don't feel pressured at anyway. Just hi, Nancy. Nice meeting you.
God, you have big eyes. Oh my God.
Yeah,
your eyes are so big. I'm jealous. Yeah, why don't we start with like icebreaker stuff? What's some ideas? Two truths, one lie. Is that what we said?
Yeah. I think
Okay.
that's an idea.
Two truths, one lie. Okay, who starts first? I'm not starting first.
We can have something to think of them.
Okay, let's think about it for like 2 or 3 minutes and we can talk.
Mhm.
Oh, Nancy, do you know what two truths, one lie is?
No.
Oh. Okay, it is when you say 3 things about you and 2 of them are true, 1 of them is lie. So we need to guess what that lie is, you know? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only icebreaker thing, and I guess after we know each other, we can jump into the discussion part, the more formal part. So be patient, I guess.
Yeah. This is so hard.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Do you want to go first, AK?
Is everyone finished? Is it just me? Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
No, let's all finish because you can all focus on what we are talking
about. Okay, sure.
We're done.
I'm done.
Okay, I'm done.
I'm good too.
Do I have to go
You ready,
first?
Nancy?
Are you ready, Nancy?
Yes.
Okay.
Menthy, why don't you go first?
Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
So my first thing is I had never been to UK. My second thing is Twilight is my favorite movie. And the third thing is I like summer. Which one is love?
What's your favorite movie?
Twilight.
Twilight? Like the vampire one?
Yeah.
Ooh. Can you repeat your third one?
I like summer.
Okay, I'll go with the third. That's a lie.
I'll go with the second. Twilight is not your favorite movie.
What about Jimmy?
I'll go with the third too.
And Menthy? The second one.
Yay.
Okay.
The second.
My lie is the second one. Twilight is my favorite.
Really?
I have never watched Twilight before. Never ever.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting.
Never heard of the movie Twilight.
Twilight.
Oh, PT.
You never heard of Twilight?
No, maybe the Chinese name, but not the English name of it.
Nancy, have you heard of Twilight? Like the vampire movie? Nancy has and you haven't. Oh my God, Jimmy.
I'm just not big a show guy.
Inadequate.
That's racist.
Oh, hello, I'm Chinese too. Okay, I'll go next. Okay, first, I don't like kids. Second, the only city I've been to is Ohio. I mean, the only state I've been to is Ohio. And third is I am a foodie.
I would go with the second one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will also go with the second.
Second one. First one is true, actually.
How about Nancy?
Wait.
Sorry, can you repeat the first one? I didn't catch it.
My first one, what was my first one? I don't like kids.
It's actually true.
Oh,
As scary as it sounds.
Second one, what's my second one again? Oh, the only state I've been is Ohio. Jimmy, what's your answer?
That's the second one.
Second
You're
one.
wrong.
Seriously?
You're
What's the
wrong. I've only been to Ohio in the US.
Wait, what is the third one?
Oh,
The third one is I'm a foodie and I'm not a foodie. Like I don't live
really?
to eat. I'm not like I can eat whatever. I'm still fine. Oh,
Oh my
I'm
God,
the
that's
king of
really
this
interesting.
game. I'm the king
Yeah.
of this game. I killed it. Who's going next?
I will go.
Okay.
Okay, so my first thing is I've written an economics essay on the back of my chemistry exam paper. And my second thing is I love mathematics. And the third thing is I'm enjoying this discussion and even how it's going on. So your choice.
Oh,
Can you repeat
there's
the first one?
absolutely a truth. What?
Yeah, true.
Can you repeat the first one?
So the first one is I've actually written an economics essay on the back of my chemistry exam paper, like the mock exam paper.
I'll go with the second one.
Yeah, I would go with the second one.
Nancy
I'll go
goes
with-
first.
I'll go with the third one.
Third. Jimmy, are you kidding? Jimmy,
You never
are you
know.
kidding?
You never know.
Oh my god. Okay,
Okay.
Nancy is the first. What's the answer? Jen?
Yeah, so I'll say, yeah, the first one. Wait, what was my first one? Yeah, second one. You got me.
The second one?
Yeah, I thought the first one was really tricky. Like,
Usually when you say a very specific thing,
Yeah,
it is like true.
yeah. It's just,
ooh,
But
okay,
yeah, if it sounds bizarre,
Something
it's
new that I
usually
learned
it's
today.
true. Yeah.
okay, that's a good trick.
Yeah. Jimmy or Nancy?
I think why don't we
Next.
let Nancy go first?
Nancy.
Your turn.
my first one is I dance ballet. My second one is I love literature. My third one is wait, what is my first one?
You dance ballet.
Oh, and then my second one is I love literature. My third one is I do not have a pet.
I will go with the
third
third.
one. Yeah.
Third
Yeah,
one. Probably not allowed to have a pet.
I'll go with the second one.
The third one is a lie.
Oh my god.
I'll
ooh,
show you my cat.
Okay. Oh, I love cats. Woo!
Holy moly.
Oh.
cute. Oh my god, he looks so cute.
A boy or a girl?
You look so
A
confused.
boy.
Hello. What's his name?
Jingbao.
Jimbao.
Yeah.
Jimbao.
Ooh.
Baby policeman.
That's
Simba.
impressive. I'm impressed that your mom allows you to have a cat because my mom doesn't.
Mm.
And she's me.
Poor you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, he ran away.
Okay.
Okay, Jimmy, your turn.
Okay. My first one is that I don't like League of
Ah.
Legends.
Wait, sorry, wait a minute. Jen, you're frozen. Oh, you're back.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry
you're
about
back.
internet.
Oh, no, you're
Okay.
fine. Go ahead. Jimmy.
My first one is that I don't like playing League of Legends. My second one is that I've been to over 5 European countries, and my third one is I really like Singapore. They're kind of random.
Third one.
You don't think I like Singapore?
Second.
Okay.
I'll say second.
The
Oh,
third.
Nancy, partner up.
That's the
Yes.
second one. I really like Singapore.
What?
I've
Yeah, I
been.
think you mentioned it before.
He
Yeah,
did?
Yeah, I
Okay,
did.
no.
I only been to 4 European countries, not 5. So that was just one off.
Bro, that's not cool, Jimmy. That's not cool.
You gotta be
Not
tricky.
guessing
Okay.
numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want another icebreaker?
No, I think we can just head straight into the discussion part, right?
Okay. Wait. Are we going to like the thing about international students and like studying abroad, or we go into the article?
I think talk about the difference will be interesting.
Yeah. And also, Jen, you're frozen again. I think she knows. She probably knows.
Mhm.
Well, why don't we talk about studying abroad? Study abroad. Oh, Kevin, there's another kid.
Ooh.
Yo.
Wait, so then where are you studying right now? Like city?
Oh, Kevin's not here anymore.
Uh,
I think I did admit Kevin. Yeah, Jen has really bad internet.
hmm.
Where's Kevin? I definitely saw a Kevin. I saw a Kevin, and he's not here. God.
Hmm.
Hi, Jen.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Back. Sorry, guys. Bad internet.
You're good. You're good. I say we talk about study abroad first.
Hmm.
Are we? And Nancy, we are all very interested in why, like, actually first, do you want to study abroad?
It depends, but I would like if my parents want me to study abroad.
Where
Oh.
are you right now, by the way?
Sorry?
Like, where are you right now?
Shanghai.
Ah, that will be difficult.
Yeah.
I also come from Shanghai, and all of my friends in my WeChat, it's like they are crazy, and they cannot go out, and they run out of food. That's so difficult.
Yes. And our compound is locked down too.
Oh my
Mm.
God. Sorry about that.
Wait, so
That
how do you
must
get
be
food?
really hard.
How do you get food?
The food is enough.
Mm.
Okay. Like
There's
your
a
reserve.
supplying truck.
Oh, it's a fine truck every day? Okay.
Yes.
So you're in one of the lucky ones. Okay, that's good.
And
I'm curious, like, do you go to international school? Like, your English is fantastic.
Yeah, I like for that.
Thank you. I do go to international school, but my
Which one?
Chinese is much better.
oh yeah, same.
Wait, which one? Which
course.
one? I have a friend in Shanghai too on international school right now.
Okay, cool.
Wait, no, I mean like no, Nancy, which international school do you study in?
HSEFC.
HSEFC?
High
Yes.
school.
Hua Shi Da Er Fu Zhong.
Oh, my brother went
Oh, okay.
I feel like I know a person who goes there. Maybe yes,
Me
maybe
too.
no. Wait, so do you want to study abroad, or do your parents want you to study abroad?
I don't know if they like me to study abroad.
So you want to study abroad, right? Like, do you want to?
I am okay with that.
Oh, okay. Mm. Is that your mom?
Yes.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like you can just unmute. Like I have background
Okay.
noises all the time, and they just have to bear with me, you know.
That's the
Um,
person you don't want to be. Just kidding, just kidding.
Okay. So Nancy doesn't have a particular drive to study abroad. I see. But you do want to learn English, and like
Yes.
And
that's a drive. That's a
fabulous.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, it's already been 30 minutes?
Yeah.
So we
I think
started.
we should head into the real business here,
Okay. Okay, sure. Oh my God.
right? It's
yeah,
really fun chatting though.
Jen
Yeah.
is keeping me on track.
I'm trying to.
Okay. So let's get into our real business here, which is
Yeah.
that article. And I see we have some pre-reading questions and post-reading questions. Why don't we talk about our pre-reading questions first, and then we go into the post-reading, or do we go into the post-reading? What do we
Reading
think?
questions first, I guess.
Pre-reading?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Nancy, do you want to talk about it? Like,
Yeah, Nancy, you go first.
The pre-reading questions.
yeah, you don't necessarily have to follow it. Like, you can go any way you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not a constraint.
For the second one, I think it is necessary to post stories of the victims. But yes, because to let people get aware of the danger, because we don't know when will the emergency will come. So posting the stories will not affect the victims, I think, because I think they want others to be safe, to be more aware of the events.
Ooh, that's a very interesting
Raising
perspective.
awareness. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Nancy, you kind of talk about like starting from the victim's point, that the perspective from the victim, that they don't want others to experience what they've experienced. I think,
Yes.
wow, I did not think about that. Just saying. Yeah, and I second Nancy. I think it is necessary to post stories of the victims. But I also think that the media and the journalists need to get the family or the victim themselves permission first.
Yes.
Before they actually publish the story. And because that's for the privacy, right? And even if they publish the story, I think they should at least use an alias, which means like a fake name to cover their real name.
Yeah.
Because the world is cruel, and even if we don't want it to happen, victim blaming is a thing. Like people will blame the victims for what they are not wrong at. Like, and it's just very cruel. Menthy, you don't need to raise your hand.
I know. I'm just waiting for people to start talking.
Oh yeah,
And it's
okay.
like, after I read the article, I feel like there's a very interesting point in the article is that the author always says it's not the time to talk about the stories, and some people also said it's too early to talk about the private and the intimate stories about the victims. But I'm just thinking, in the article, it doesn't give us an exact time about like what is the correct time to post these stories, or like when is the correct like time to move on from the details of the facts to more like empathy stories. Yeah.
I think that there is actually a benchmark, and it's actually depends on the state media's action, right? It's like whether they publish the news that all those passengers on the flight are dead, and that's kind of the benchmark that sets it. So before this publishment of the announcement, I think they're actually arguing that you shouldn't start remembering those people because it's not certain whether they have survived or not.
Yeah, like you have to have an official report first, and then you can go on and report all those stories. Yeah, that's why. That's
Although
what I thought.
I do want to say that with the case with this flight, it's kind of special. It's almost guaranteed 0 survival rate.
Yeah, but people will have hope.
True.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to take a turn back here and talk about what role do you think the media plays in reporting a disaster? I can go first. I think the media definitely is to tell the truth, because that's the kind of the only way that we can learn like what happened, why did it happen. That's from, like, we learn all the stuff from the media nowadays. And to make sure like there's no misinformation, they have to stay true and like no lies, all truth. And also I think the media, like the article kind of says, going back to the article here, media does act like a medium to spread the victim stories and to let others remember the victims. Because I feel like if the media doesn't do that job, no one will actually see it. And yeah, that's what I think.
I feel like
Okay, you go.
Yeah, nowadays it's like there's a ton of information on the internet, and as reader, people always tend to read more interesting thing. So social media is always like trying their best to make their content more interesting, or like can attract more people. That's why they put many like personal story or intimate story in their report. So I think they need to like tell the truth, of course, and they also need to like use their way to attract people. So it's kind of difficult because it's like the boundary of moral and the boundary of their job is kind of vague. They need to do both things. Like sometimes they cannot, like, I mean, they can, but it's kind of difficult for them to think about both sides. Like it's difficult, for example, in this article, it's difficult to think about like the moral while they are posting these personal stories, but they need these stories to attract audience eyes. So I'm thinking, it's like, I'm just thinking while talking, so it might be weird, but I'm just thinking, it's like, we need to give them more like, I don't know, like more space for them, but it's like, we need to have a bottom line, but they can do many things like above the bottom line. For example, in the article, I feel like to cover the identity card of the victim is a bottom line, but to telling the stories from the relatives of the victims is acceptable for me.
I think for this particular case, the fact that not even an alias is used in a story, like their real name is uncovered and traceable, it kind of shows that how little the reporter cares about the victim. That you're not even trying to hide his identity. And you know, I think there's value in reporting stories of victims, but I don't think that they should be done. Obviously consent first, alias first, but I don't think they should be done for all cases. You know, we speak about how those stories help us remember the victims, but like truthfully, they don't have an effect on our memory. How people memorize the victims. Like they have essentially they have no difference than number, except that they attract more attention from us in the first place. That we read those stories, like it's more likely that we'll click into an article about the actual story of the victim, than a article that's just about statistics, but it doesn't help us remember them. And I think that, it just helps the reporters gain profit, especially reporters like these in the article that I mentioned, that doesn't even try to hide the victims, the identity of the victims. I mean, and personally, I wouldn't want to be reported in a story like this is my tragedy. I keep it to myself. And if unless this is something that has to do with other people, like if the government does something bad to me or something like that, I want to report it. But in like the case of a flight accident, just like everybody know how bad it is, just let it be.
I think
Yeah, just okay.
Jen, you go ahead.
Yeah, let me just summarize it. So I think like the key conflict here is like is actually trying to keep a balance between the profit-seeking motive of those companies, those media companies, and on the other hand, we have the social or the moral responsibilities. And I would agree with Menthy that the boundary is quite vague, and it's kind of difficult for those media to find a correct position to put themselves in. So let me ask Nancy, what's your perspective on this? I'm really curious about your stance, because right now I think there have been a lot of media reports about the COVID thing in Shanghai, and we're all living inside this guts. And yeah, how about you go?
I agree with you because I think the media are necessary because they are the ones who spread the news to the netizens. They are the truth and facts that they ought to follow, but they must respect the victims and their families, because part of the news are their privacy, like their names or backgrounds. So they must request for their permission, or else they shouldn't just spread out. So my point is they must respect them.
Yeah, and to go off of what you said, and I kind of want to jump to the question of like what's my opinion on the Renwu magazine story. I think their intention is good. Like they want to spread the story of the victims, and it acts kind of like a form of remembrance, and like they personify them, so they're not just names on like accidents, death list or arbitrary. They are not just names anymore. They're actual persons standing in front of you because you are reading their stories. So I think the intention, like the point they're going is good, but they actually did a pretty bad job at actually executing what they are trying to do. Like, I mean, they did go to the families and ask them about the victims, but they didn't specify in the article if the families are willing to like publish the stories, or like if the families want the victims' names to like just like without an alias. Like they didn't talk about what the families think. They just published the stories, and that's my concern, because there's no I didn't read any perspectives from the families themselves. So I was like, are the families willing to do this, or did you like track them down and ask them about the victims, or blah blah blah. So yeah, that's what I think about the story.
Actually, I also think about that, but the reason why I think it's acceptable is in the article they use the word interview, and it's like I assume that like the family are willing to tell these stories, since they tell the media about the stories about their family, like who is a victim in this events.
Do we use interview? Wait.
I think it is.
Oh, based on these interviews, the magazine pieced together a feature story. I see.
Yeah.
I mean, he used the word interview, but it could mean many different things. I can ask, can I ask you questions about, I can say that I'm a friend of the victim and can ask them questions, some personal questions, and I call this an interview and put it on a paper, right? You didn't clarify. Like, I think to make it that be able to go on a paper, I have to actually, like, the interview has to be formal. You had to specify you're standing from a point of a 人物 magazine reporter. Then, and then can I have permission to interview you and then release this information on the post? And I don't think they made that clear. And then there's a lot of rooms to play around with.
Yeah, so what about Nancy? What's your opinion on the 人物 magazine stories?
I think the second media is respecting the victims, because they mentioned that the victims' family were willing to let them report their situations. So that is how do you say so that is what I wish the media could do if I am a victim.
Yeah, so basically you're saying that the consent or agreement from the victim's family is a key point here. So once we have their consent, then it's okay for us to report those stories, because having the official or unofficial consent. But what I've been thinking is that although that the family or the victim's family have already agreed to this, people like us, being the readers of those media's posts or stories, are going to be impacted, and sometimes in a very emotionally disturbing way. So once that the media has provided with a lot of details about the victim, I find it more relatable to myself, and I just can't help feeling more pessimistic, or I somehow saddened because of all those details. And maybe that in this way the media will have a very disturbing role on its impact on its readers, and I am not sure about whether that is what the society really wants from the media.
So to make sure I understand what you said, you are saying that the media, like, if they report a very sad or mournful story, it will impact the society because the readers will get sad. Is that?
Yeah, because as we said before, that the media is actually trying to seek for attention. And I think in some way, or to some degree, the more details that it provides, the more emotionally provoking those media reports will be, and thus more attention.
Interesting.
But I feel like it is a purpose, right? Like to make people more related to the victims. And also, like, it doesn't work for this case, but what if there's some other case? It's like in this case, it's not preventable. Like, people cannot stop that happening. But in other case, if you create more, like, you make the victim more related to the audience, it might kind of stop that kind of tragedy to happen again.
Yeah, it's like getting people's voice out there, and I feel like even though the piece, like the 人物 story itself, is very emotionally like it can like it can make me sad and mournful, but I feel like the piece itself is they're not talking about the tragedy. Like they're talking about how happy these people were before they experienced the tragedy. And I feel like this doesn't necessarily have that kind of a negative impact on the society, because they're not talking about, oh, in the plane crash, how terrifying the passengers are, or like how the pain they experienced. They're talking about the good stuff they experienced. And I think that draws a line there, of how the media might impact the society in like through a good, like through their happiness or through their tragedy, like, you know.
Yeah, I think that what you're saying basically is, on the flip side, because as a story is more relatable, us readers are going to cherish our own lives to a greater extent, and that is actually the positive impact of this, right?
Yeah, and another positive impact, I think that's what makes the media so necessary, is that it will lead to changes. Like, you know, it's stuff like these really reminds us how dangerous an airplane can be, and pressuring the airplane manufacturers to actually make it safe. Because I think there is a malfunction in that, and like imagine if people stop reporting those numbers and tragedies, you know, and the airplane manufacturers just let it be. You know, it's gonna be quite tragic and catastrophe.
Yeah.
So Nancy, what do you think about the positive impacts of those magazine reports?
The media's were describing how happy were the victims before they're on the plane. So they bring a big contrastion of so how they are happy and before they're landing on the plane, and how the pity that they became a victim.
Yeah, I think that contrast actually does work, because it will help us, like, as Jimmy said, I think there's going to be some degree of societal pressure on those airplane companies, and also for us normal people to cherish our own lives, and that I think that actually does the job.
Yeah. And this is a good point to talk about the third question, which is, should media centers the reports around people or ethics? Because in this article, the author was kind of talking about like a lot of people were interviewed and they were saying, oh, this article is not does not abide to the media ethics. And so I want to ask you guys about your opinion on if the media should emphasize the people part or the instruction / ethics part.
Well, I will start first, and I will first try to kind of challenge this trade-off, the actual choice that you're presenting. So I think there is no distinct divide between people and ethics, because I think people is part of their ethics. They're trying to play their role in the society, and therefore they should concern people and put it in part of their ethics. So I will like challenge this trade-off. It's not necessarily there, but once that we are faced with this choice, I would say that the moral boundaries can be blurred at sometimes, and I think people are the most important, depending on the scenarios or the circumstances.
Yeah, Menthy.
I think actually, when you think about it, sometimes it's not like conflict with each other. For example, you can tell the story well without telling the name, like telling the story with a fake name, or telling the story like yeah, just telling the story with a fake name, or when you like filming the thing and cover the identity card. So it's like, I mean, it's like what I said, it's not conflict with each other. It's just when a people is doing something, they need to pay more attention on both sides. Like maybe people cannot just focus on both sides like completely because we have limited brain. But it's like as a journalist, maybe when he's working, he needs to pay more attention on the ethics side, because it's like if you don't pay more attention on the humane side, it's not a matter. It's just like maybe your story is not attractive enough. But if you pay less attention on the ethics side, it's like if you do something wrong, it's your mistake. I don't know if that makes sense though. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think we're kind of in agreement, but I'm thinking about whether there is a scenario that we have to make a choice between those two, but I just couldn't think of any.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just like pay more attention on which side as a journalist.
Yeah.
I think I probably didn't make my point clear. So in the article, if you scroll down like near the bottom, the party's official People's Daily published a commentary on that article saying that the article did not hold to the moral bottom line or abide by journalistic ethics. And they said that the privacy of the people on board should not be excessively explored in the name of reporting, nor should the need to report constitute an intrusion on the family and friends of those on board. So they're saying that the author of Renwu's story should not do a story at all. And that's kind of where I was like, should we do the story or should we abide by the journalistic ethics? And I think they kind of clearly drew a line between those. And it's like, oh, they cannot coexist. So I was trying to ask, what do you think? And if that's the case, what should we put first?
Take a second to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't you answer that question when you're ready, Nancy?
I think it is essential to post a story, but to let others know. But the author must explain the exact situation. So I've seen a case that the netizens are blaming the victims that about what they are suffering from. And I think that is just ridiculous, because they should not laugh at the things that they haven't experienced yet before.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. What is actually the media's reporting or the victim? What is the victim suffering from in the case that you just mentioned?
I forgot because it was in the newspaper. I just read it.
It's okay.
Briefly.
It's okay. Yeah, I think that sometimes netizens, they just make their judgments from a limited amount of information, and sometimes the social media just deliberately put their, they just pack up all those evidence and arguments, and in order to somehow arouse the emotions of the netizens. And most of the times the netizens are just gonna follow the social media's leads and be misguided. And I think that's definitely ridiculous.
Yep. Oh my God. what else would you guys like to talk about for this article?
I guess that's it.
Is
I
it?
think that, yeah, we've actually digged around the pros and cons of the media, and also we talked about career ethics and, and also the humanity side. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we didn't really follow the order of the questions, like from pre-reading to post-reading. We like jumped around.
Yeah.
And I think that is actually a better way, because there's more freedom to talk about what you want to talk about, instead of like giving you an external pressure. Oh, you should talk about this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And
yeah. I'm gonna ask Nancy,
yeah.
do you want to add anything to this article? Like, is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I guess no.
Okay, it's okay.
Same.
Yeah. Would you guys have experienced like some really ridiculous media posts recently? Let me think about it.
Like in general?
No, just in real life, just a random chat. I mean, a random chat.
Oh, there is one. Should I talk about it?
Is it sensitive or something?
It is kind of sensitive, but I mean, don't snitch on me and we'll be fine,
Okay, we'll try to. It depends.
Okay, so it's about COVID. And I was
Yeah.
like reading the COVID article report, and this is a US media. So
Okay.
I was like reading the comments. And you know how like the majority of the elder people in China are not vaccinated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's some conspiracy theory that because what's the word for 老龄化?
Aging population aging.
Oh yeah, because the
Is that
aging
what you want?
population is getting
Okay.
bigger and bigger, Chinese government is trying to find a way to get rid of the older people by not vaccinating
Seriously, that's
them.
really conspiracy.
That is conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's the ridiculous thing I recently read.
Yeah, I think that the medias, they're actually trying to push the politics to some degree. And, in America, there's some medias with opposing political stances. And I think the best thing that you could do is to try to, well, as far as possible, just to listen from all the sides, and to after that and make your judgment, or else you are gonna be misguided by the media reports.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I see we are at 10:30 right now, and I want to respect all of your guys' time, and so it's a great time talking with you. And Nancy, if you could do us a favor, like just tell us what you think about this and give us some feedback on how we can do it better. Yeah, so you can just tell your mom and let your mom send in the group chat or something.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, y'all are
Right.
dismissed.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I see.
goodbye.
Have a good day to you all, and good night to Nancy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.